Hughes had risen from the ranks of United's juniors to become one of the hottest properties in European football. He'd played his part in the FA Cup win of 1985, but stunned United supporters a year later when he joined Barcelona, signing off in true Sparky style with his 17th goal of the season.
Back come United then. Good ball through. Hughes, he's gone round the keeper. The goal's open, he scores! His 17th goal of the season. Absolutely immaculate. That's how the fans will remember him. A big Welsh striker hits them again.
Well, it was difficult. I think I had a lot of press that teams abroad were interested in me, and I think as a young player, you find it very flattering. So you're quite interested and you listen to what people are saying. But deep down, I don't think I really wanted to go. Well, I know I didn't really want to go, but I kept on talking to these people, and I never actually came out and said, no, I don't want to go. So I was coming to the end of the contract. I had another year, and I think the club felt that I was going to go anyway. So obviously they had to protect themselves. So they decided, and I didn't object because I didn't have the feeling that I could say, no, I don't want to go, because I felt, well, possibly that's what they want me to do, whereas they probably felt that's what I wanted to do. So it was a bit of confusion, really.
As Mark's contract at Barcelona came to an end, Munich, who had him on loan, were interested, but Alex needed him.
United wanted to bring me back, I think, over the Christmas before I actually did come back, but because of the tax thing and whatever, I decided just to wait. But come the summer, Bayern Munich wanted to sign me as well, but really there was only one choice. I wanted to come back here. Alex Ferguson, he came over. He came over on one occasion, and Archie Knox came over to see us play in the European Cup against Real Madrid, and there were always communication between myself and the club, really.
What I felt in the case of Mark Hughes was that whatever reasons for going to Barcelona, it certainly didn't go down well with the fans. Now, when you recognise that the qualities Mark has, his tremendous power, he's a great individual talents, and he plays every week, you know, I felt that at 1.6, as it turned out eventually, it started off £1 million, but as always United have to pay that a bit extra. So I ended up 1.6. But I think if you sum it all up and analyse the contribution he's made, particularly in some important games, I think you have to say that he also was a tremendous buy at 1.6 million.
I think it's well documented that if I hadn't come back to United, I probably would have stayed in Germany with Bayern Munich, because I felt a great debt to them, really, because they'd taken a chance on me, and then it cost them quite a lot of money, really, to get me playing for them. And the way I was treated over there, I did feel some allegiance to them, but because it was United, there's only one place I was going, really.
By the start of 1988, Mark was a United player again, and returning to a team undergoing changes.
I think the manager realised that he needed to get rid of a few faces and bring the type of players that he felt would be able to make a push for the title, and that's what he did.
Hughes, with his way through, he scored! 2-0, 67 minutes gone, and Mark Hughes scores his first goal back in English football. It's Manchester United 2, West Ham United 0.
Probably one of the most difficult, or the most difficult in the division. In the air, I would say sort of 7 out of 10 for Hughes. He's not great in the air because he's not a tall player, and but when the ball's up to around his neck, downwards to his feet, he is superb. I mean, his chest control, thighs, foot, anywhere, and he just gets his body between you and the ball, and you just can't nick it off him. He's just so close to the ground, and you know, low centre of gravity, And when you're standing up tall behind him, you can't see the ball because he's got such a great physique on him. And he can turn both ways. He's good with both feet. His right foot being the stronger foot, obviously. So generally you try to push him towards his left, but he's got tricks as well. He's got the lot for a striker. And also he's got that little bit where you think you're going to get tight to him, and he might dummy it, and he's away. He's got that little bit of pace over about 5 or 10 yards, you know. I wouldn't say he's electric over 5 or 10 yards, but he's quick enough to get away from you. Or quick enough to get away from me, anyway. When you're playing against such a good player as usually when it goes up to his feet, there's not a lot you can do about it except to get him pushing the ball backwards, away from the danger again. It's when he turns, or when he starts to feel that you are not there, that he'll turn you, and then that's the danger. So really, there's not a lot. When it comes up to his feet, unless you get a lucky poke or he just slightly miscontrols it and you can get it on his first touch, but you can't, as the ball comes up, he's very difficult to get around. Allied to all this control and everything, his strength and his stamina, you know, he's there for the 90 minutes, and he's just a perfect player to play with. To play alongside, he must be a dream, you know. I think we could do without him. He can go back to Spain.
Mark Hughes, a prolific goalscorer, strong with a good physique, and will last the 90 minutes. Mark scored 16 goals in his first season back from Barcelona, and here are some of them.
By Stephen. Blackmore taking it up again. Hughes on the far side. Mark Hughes. A goal now in each of his last 5 league games.
He always seems to score past me, to be fair to him. No, he's an excellent striker. He's very strong, very skillful, and scores a lot of good goals. And you know, the service he's been getting this year, and he's been knocking them in.
He's very good players, but it shows they're good players because they're up there challenging Leeds United for First Division Championship. So they are good players. You know, I think Hughes is back now because he's been suspended, but yeah, he's a very good player. I'm sure they missed him in the last couple of games.
I don't think he scores a lot of goals inside the 6-yard box, but he gets his fair share. But his main asset is getting hold of the ball and making life difficult for the opposition, really, and providing a service to the wings where they've got plenty of pace.
Tremendous as individuals, McClair and Hughes combined were more deadly still.
You know, when I played against Sparky, I always avoided getting anywhere near him because he was a little bit too physical for me, really. That's how I used to play against him. I was always just set myself just to stay away from him rather than try to fight him because you always end up losing.
And Brian McClair?
I never really marked Chucky because he always dropped off a little bit deep. But he was always a thinker, you see, and even if you did try and mark him, he'd go and practically go and stay in the touchline and, you know, say to you, come and mark me out here because you're doing nothing in there.
Mark Hughes, the fulcrum down the middle. McLair, who's come from deeper positions away from home where he scored so many goals. I don't think particularly he's a crowd favourite, but he scored so many goals. He's been invaluable. He dropped into that deeper role, sort of Nigel Clough role, and then come forward. Very, very difficult to pick up.